are here. I'm so honored and I'm super excited to be sitting where I'm sitting next to this handsome gentleman. Brian, today you're looking very demure, very cutesy, very mindful in your own space. Hello.
Now, I tell you, whatever they gave you before the show, I love that. I love that for you because I'm telling you, just literally like...
I was manifesting and then now I'm enjoying the seat.
You're enjoying the seat?
Well, let's get the people out of their misery. Trivia question, Beke Lebeke. Today's question, and I know you're going to know the answer. I don't know if you want to give them a hint, but today's trivia question is, how many times has Banyana walked away with the COSAFA title? And I know you're covering some of the games. I don't know if you want to give them a hint or must we wait up until the end of the show?
No. I mean, if you look at it, Jess, you got to think that the last time they won was 2020. That's what I'm going to say.
That's all you're going to say?
Yeah.
Can't wait to see the answer.
We leave the rest of everything else, how many times they've won it. The last time was 2020. That's the last time they won it.
Well, there you have it. That is the clue. We'll be giving you the answer at segment 3. Brian Mufokeng will take us out of our misery. Now, we have breaking news in the country. Ntate Morena. It sounds so funny, Ntate Morena. You know how Ntate Morena Jesu.
Yeah.
Breaking news, he's been appointed as the interim coach for the Botswana men's team. What do you think about that appointment? I mean, this is a man that has done phenomenally well. We've seen him with Bafana Bafana. You know, he knows the COSAFA spaces, and I think he cemented himself very well in Botswana. What do you think about that appointment? You know,
I mean, on Sunday, actually, in an interview on one of the radio stations, when they're talking about him, and I said the fact that Coach De Rosa is not there, the only person that I believe can take over is Mren Rambo because of his experience within the space. Number one, he holds a record for having won both the Cup and League for Jwaneng, back-to-back titles. He's just been impressive, indeed, and when you talk about the Botswana Football Association with Jwaneng Galaxy. You all know that he's always in the CAF Champions League, doing very well in that space. Yeah, they're knocked out this season by Orlando Pirates, but he's that man that's always been sitting there. The last time South Africa, in fact, won the COSAFA tournament as well, from a men's point of view, was under him.
I remember.
2021 in Kabeja, they won the tournament, and he now, I believe, it was only a matter of time. I know he wanted to join Skukune United wanted him, but he opted to stay in Botswana. And if you look at the challenge Botswana is facing at the moment, so I think he becomes a right man because of one, they only need 3 points in the next 2 matches in the AFCON qualifiers. They have to play Mauritania, they have to play Egypt as well. So, you know, the coach left having won back-to-back matches 1-0, 1-0. So he's put him in a very good position. But having said that, because he understands the dynamics and the problems in Botswana football, he's there for the right man to come in and step in as the interim coach or caretaker coach, so you might put it.
And I want to ask you on that, speaking about, you know, the timing of it, do you believe then that's why? Because when I heard interim coach, I'm sorry, this is me. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's like, why not a definite appointment to be the head coach? Are we looking for somebody else, or is it a strategy? What do you think about that?
Remember, if you think about it as well, I mean, he's still a man in charge of Jwaneng Galaxy. You know, so he's moving into this new role. You know, so I think therefore, you know, they can be able to sit down and renegotiate better. And I think it's also a nice thing when you come in and they're telling you, we just want you to be a stopgap for now. It is you to choose as a coach if you want to do it or not. You know, so the fact that he's in there to try and help the team now, then he can probably progress and be able to talk about what he wants to do going forward. And I believe that, you know, he, for me, will be a very good inclusion from a Botswana point of view to take over as the reins as the coach for Botswana. I mean, last week, in fact, I was telling Itu, I was saying, if it was according to me, he'll be sitting on the bench with Hugo Broos at the moment for South Africa.
I remember.
Because of what he brings, because of the sort of experience he has. I interact with him on a weekly basis because he analyzes on one of our radio stations on SABC. So I therefore get to hear his football knowledge. And when he talks football, what he understands, what he can do, his record speaks for itself. You know, he's got a wonderful record. So all I can just say is that all of the best for him. He's always been an underdog everywhere he has gone.
Yeah.
And I believe that Botswana have got themselves a gem this time in a coach.
I believe so too. And I mean, we take away that whole idea, you know, amazing coaches have to be mature coaches, people that are old. I love the fact that he's also, I will say he's a young coach with all the qualifications that he has up his sleeves, I think at his age. I think I'm super proud of him and congratulations. We'll see what he decides. And now we're going to shift the conversation a little bit and we're going to talk about the under-17, the FIFA under-17 U17 World Cup that's currently happening at the Dominican Republic. That the 4x4. I don't know if you are catching me, but I wonder specifically.
Now you see when it cause problems with Bafana Bafana. Because that's what you call
it's triggering.
4x4, you know? Yeah, no.
But I want to talk about Nigeria. You know, the Nigerian Flamingos. The ladies have done exceptionally well in this tournament. You know, they won against New Zealand 4-1, and they've won against Ecuador 4-0. I mean, that's a good, excellent score. I have a question for you. What is Nigeria doing so exceptional for them to perform so well on all rankings of football, men's and women's development? And we've seen in the senior teams, your Rashidas and your Ashualas are doing quite well in the international space. What can we take away from that? Like your Zambia and your Kenyas are obviously out, but looking at how they play their football, what are they doing right?
Investment. I mean, Nigeria, if you look at it, I mean, that is why even when you talk about the youth tournament, they've been able to win even World Cups at that level, because of the amount of time they spend and investment they actually put in their players. So that's a reason why you've seen this nice progression for those players eventually to grow and be in a senior level. Oshuala was a star before she became a star for the Super Falcons, you know. So those players have been groomed properly to get to this level. And I'm not surprised with the results they actually have. You know, the fact that they finished top in Group A, in Group A to qualify into the quarterfinals, and have set herself a very good date with the US.
Going to the USA, you know, I was about to say.
Yeah, that's going to be a big game for them.
It is.
You know, I've covered the Under-17 Women's World Cup previously, and I can tell you the USA always brings the best team ever. But, you know, I was surprised to see them finish below Spain. Another country is doing very well in the tournament. So Zambia, Kenya out, Nigeria, the only one representing Africa at the moment. So looking forward to see how they're going to be able to go. But I'm wishing the Falcons, the Flamingos, I beg your pardon. I'm wishing them all of the best in the match against USA. It is happening later on today. So crossing fingers for them to get advanced into the next stage.
Absolutely love it. Crossing fingers, and it's called investment. At a point where we are seeing an African girl winning the Under-17 FIFA World Cup, winning the Under-20 FIFA World Cup, and winning the Senior FIFA World Cup. Well, that's all we have for this segment. We'll check you after the break.